I'm live. I see my alert come through. And I hear myself, so it should be good. Make sure. Okay, yes, I am live. So I know it's not going to be too many people that's going to join in on this one because it's so late and I did it unplanned. But a promise is a promise, and I am going to do this reading. You all will just have to watch the playback. It would have been nice to do this with everyone, so then I can actually have the ongoing input to know exactly what I should be looking for and for the questions. But I'm just going to do an energy reading and see what we get. And then I'm going to leave you all for a good night. For those who are coming in to watch this later on the playback, make sure to give this a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can see the next time I upload. Because as you see, I just have a random schedule. I don't even know when I'm going to do it. I meant to do this earlier today, but I needed a minute. So I needed my nails done. I was like, I'm not getting on camera with my nails looking crazy. So yeah, my polish was chipping. That's just not right. So as you see in the thumbnail and in the title, I am finally doing my reading on Kim Ji-won. This has been a highly requested reading as well. I've had several people ask me to do a reading on this in light of the whole thing with, oh my God, I'm about to forget his name. And I should not forget his name because I've been doing so many readings on him. I did a big one, was that last weekend? One second, I gotta check and make sure who that was because I don't want to butcher people's names. I want to say it's Kim. Yep, Kim Soo-Hyun. Oh, yep, Kim Soo-Hyun. Trust your instincts, girl. Yep. So I did a previous reading on him on Kim Soo-Hyun. Him and Kim Ji-won did a recent drama called Queen of Tears. It's on Netflix. If you are into K-dramas and you want to see it. This wasn't one of my favorite ones. I know a lot of people really liked it, apparently. This one wasn't it for me. I liked It's Okay to Not Be Okay more than this one. The ending is what did it in for me, but that's my personal opinion. But I would say still go watch it because you may like it. It's you know, a pretty decent rom-com dramedy. I don't know what you want to call it. So now that we got that out the way, because Kim Soo-Hyun has wrapped up in a lot of drama and there has been a lot of conflicts, people are wondering, was her feelings essentially about the Kim Soo-Hyun situation was coming up for her in her career? Was she probably aware? Was there anything that maybe she was getting a feeling about in her time acting with him? I know for a while there, people were trying to tether them together saying that they were dating. So I know some people are possibly interested in that. But I'm just, again, going to do a quick energy reading and see what comes up, and then we're going to go from there. Okay, so that's a little shuffle before I start pulling cards. Okay. Okay, a couple things here. Okay, let's see here. 3 of staffs, 10 of staffs. Okay, I think I should probably keep all of these too. It's 3 cards, so it's not a lot. So let's move this over. Oh, and now I get all of these major arcana coming up. So we have the Three of Staves, which to me usually think of is kind of like, hey, I have a plan in motion, I'm ready to move on. Now I just need to think about how to put it in action. The Ten of Staves to me is kind of like that point of no return where you have the low. Are you going to carry it, or are you going to succumb to it? With these both coming up in the upright, I think there is something that she has in mind. There's a destination, there's a passion project, or you know, again, a destination or something like that in mind that she wants to do, and she's willing to carry the burden. She's willing to do the hard work. I love a woman who's about her job. She's about her craft. So don't know if this is actually about acting or if it's something personal, but there is some kind of driven force behind it that she is excited about, and she's willing to carry that through. Then we also have the Strength card, and all of these are coming up in the upright. Just that's usually a good sign for me. She has the Strength card, which is the Kuats, I think is how you pronounce it. You know, she has the strength, she has the power to carry it through. She has the determination, yet again, to carry through whatever this project, this destination, this idea that she has in mind. She has the strength to carry it through. And I think there is going to be some success here because she also has the sun here, Shams, or Shams. She has the sun here. So it's kind of like divine destiny. Things are aligning for her. And then she has the dervish here, which is the hermit. And usually the hermit to me means, especially with it being in the upright, is self-isolation. So there's probably something where she's like, I need to turn inward. I need to really focus on myself. I need to hone in. I need to lock in. There's something that I really want to take care of and nurture here. And again, there's that light in here as well, that strength, that light. I really like her energy. There's something here that makes her feel like, you know, she's probably like nervous about it. She's maybe excited about it, anxious, whatever the case may be, but she's willing to carry it through. So I don't know exactly what this is. I'm going to look at these underlying cards and see if I'm going to get some hints here. So then we have the Ten of Coins in reverse. Ten of Coins in reverse. To me, the Ten of Coins is kind of like you're thinking about your family, your long-term goals, your legacy, your lineage, your I want to say like your Easter egg, you know, when it comes to the end of, you know, your career, your turn, your life here, you know, what do you have to show for it? What's going to be your fortune? But it's coming up in reverse. So to me, there could be some concern coming from her, and kind of like, what is going to be her legacy here. Maybe there's some nervousness with that. She does also have the Emperor here in reverse. So sometimes the Emperor can be father energy. It can be someone who is just like a manager, somebody who could be controlling and could be the main man in her life, or whatever the case may be. You know, it could be a boyfriend, could be father figure, could be a cousin or uncle, whatever, you know, manager, whatever the case may be, but it's coming up in reverse. So there could be a thing here where she's probably nervous about business dealings. I feel like that's what I'm picking up on. I don't know if she has a bad contract, and maybe that's what she's worried about. Then we have the Daughter of Cups here. And the Daughter of Cups to me is somebody who is not emotionally immature, because it's in the upright, but it's somebody who's kind of like really discovering their voice when it comes to their emotions, maybe becoming aware of like when to display them or whatnot. And she does seems like a pretty good actress, like a really good actress. So the Daughter of Cups wouldn't surprise me. She's someone who knows how to kind of just really emote very well, and she's like really tapped into that and possibly using it to her advantage. Or it could be a water sign woman in her life, you know, Pisces, your Pisces, your Cancers, and I'm blanking on the other one. Pisces, Cancer, oh, Scorpio. I don't know how I forgot Scorpio. because they spicies. But yes, so it could be a water sign person, and usually when the water cards come up or the cups come up, it is something tending to be with like emotional attachment here as well. So that could be some of the underlying energy. There could be some kind of emotional attachment she has to somebody that's probably not the best to her. I don't know if she's in a relationship. Again, I'm just doing an energy reading so we can dive into it a bit more. Hi, Ark. How are you? When did you add God of Tomfoolery and Chaos to your name? Let's see. We can get more information. Ooh. Okay, I'm just going to note these. I'm not going to count them. We have the Vengeance, Overcoming Slights, and the Choice. That kind of reminds me of that Ten of Coins coming up in reverse there, and that Emperor energy. Attention to detail and pride. There's Achievement and Downfall. Maybe there's a downfall that's actually a come up for her. It's a setback for a setup. And then we have the Guide, Inheritance and Correction. So there is some financial concern here with her. Inheritance and correction. What is she trying to course correct on here? Let's see. Ah, okay. How you been? I know I missed you last time for Sussy Sunday. I was there and you were out. Okay, so we're getting a lot of cards for this Three of Staves. I just need one. We have Painter, Productivity and Creation, but it did come up reverse. We have Loyalty and Chains, Promises. We have the Archer, Biding Your Time and Planning Ahead. Going back to that Hermit energy for me. Dancer, Self-Expression and Strength. That was reminding me of that Daughter of Cups energy. Okay, here we go. New projects and learning. That could definitely be a thing. So I wonder if she is stepping out into something new for her, a new adventure. Oh, well, you always have to visit the parents. We can't be mad at that. Have to love our people while they're here. So we have the Vengeance, Overcoming Slights, a Choice. Overcoming a slight or a choice. What slight did she have to get over here? Strength card here. We have Achievement. See, I'm getting to some of the same cards. She has some kind of setback somewhere, and she's like not playing catch up, but she's like, you know what, I can show you better than I can tell you kind of energy. Like, you might have messed something up for me, but I'm gonna come back even better. Let's see here. Overthinking, taking action. This is giving me that Hermit energy mixed with the Strength card. The Zombie K-drama? I don't think I've seen that one. I don't think I've seen that one. Is that We're All Gonna Die? I think that's what it's called. Is that the one you're talking about? Newtopia? Nope, have not heard of that one. Okay. Balance, invention, destruction, and we also have foundations and community. So oftentimes when I think of community, I don't think of just like, oh, it's your family. It could be, you know, your friends, your neighbors, etc. Founder. But then when I look at this hermit card here with the founder, it's making me feel like it's religious. I don't know if she's religious, but maybe she found some salvation in, you know, some form of tight-knit group. Maybe she done found a new group, or you know, a new way of things because somebody new that she has like come into contact with here with the founder card. And I think that's kind of been like her jump start or the spark for her pivot here, this change. But I do think there was something here in the background that was kind of like, which doesn't surprise me, it happens to all of us, you know, something in the background that wasn't going the way that she kind of wanted, or you know, it did kick off right, or it was like fool's gold kind of thing, like something isn't quite what it seems to be, or someone wasn't quite who they seem to be. Yeah, I should, just so you all know, that's the acolyte there. Her picture is kind of covering it. I could move it, but I'm being lazy. So there does feel like there's something here where she's kind of like getting over some hurdle here. See, assassin, ruthlessness, conviction. We have the king. So this makes me nervous that the king and the emperor both came up in reverse. Control, reversal of fortune, somebody who didn't have her money. I hope she didn't have some like guy in her life that was taking a hold of her money. Don't even have to be a guy. It could be a woman. I don't want to just put it that way just because it's the emperor. But and then we have the weaver, rediscovery, transition, something that she had to kind of grow from. She had a setback for a setup here, because it seems like things are kind of like going in her favor now. And then I also want to point out we have the tailor here, which says attention to detail and pride. I wonder if there was a thing here where either she was prideful about something and was refusing to pay attention to something, and that's how somebody was able to like get over on her, or if it was a thing here where she just trusted somebody else because of how they carried themselves, and that's how she got over on. There's something here with like somebody kind of like pulled the wools over her eyes in a sense. Oops, look at me dropping cards. 2 seasons. Newtopia. I'm gonna look it up later. I'm gonna see. Because I know I did see that, or at least parts of it, because my brother was watching it, and I would just kind of just drop in and ask when I would see him watch it. Because I know I did see the one for We're All Gonna Die. It was like all those people. It was like a bunch of teenagers in a school, I think it was, if I remember correctly. And I think it is supposed to have a second season, so. Let's see here. Okay, what do we have here? We have student, but it came up in reverse. So shadow attributes read arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge, unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. This is like the second or third time this is coming up for her. Something about like pride getting in the way of her answers or seeing something clearly. I hate that on this phone it looks so purple, and I literally have a brighter light in here. I don't know why it looks like that. I need to fix that because that's driving me crazy. It looks so purple. So then we have Goddess, dealing with the feminine, expressed through wisdom, nature, life, and sexuality. And then we also have Detective, great powers of observation and intuition. I don't know what her zodiac is, but I would not be surprised if she's something like a Scorpio or maybe like a Pisces. If she is a Cancer, she would be somebody who has like a Aries or like a Sagittarius moon or something. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. She got some fire in here somewhere. Detective, light attributes, great powers of observation, intuition, desire to seek out truth. What was being hidden from her? Maybe that's why the sun is here with the Hermit. There's something that she may be aware of, and that's probably also why that Daughter of Cups came up. There's something that's kind of like tickling her intuition, or something that she's like aware of, but she doesn't really want to face it just yet, or she was like not in the right frame of mind or the capacity, whatever the case may be, to address it. And now she is, or she has addressed it, and so now she's probably like determining how to move forward, if she hasn't already determined how to move forward. And she's kind of like trying to not be a certified crash out about it or something, but it kind of feels like somebody kind of played her the wrong way. And again, it was a setback for a setup. Like, this person, you needed to see them like this in order to kind of move appropriately from now on. They were a lesson, and you in turn are going to be a lesson for them. Let's see. I know people are going to want to know what she thinks about this Jim Soo-Hyun situation, so I will read that as well. But that was just her energy. That's like where she is currently, what I'm picking up on. That's kind of like her current energy. And you know what? Before I begin reading, I need to fix this light. Hold on. Let's see if that works better. It's not, it's purple now. Now it looks kind of like bluish. Okay, let's see. That should work better because that was like really purple. Okay. Okay, what is this I want to stick out? Son of Swords. Okay, we have one card here, Seven of Swords. This, to me, feels like I'm trying to get the out of Dodge. What is this one? Ace of Staffs. Oh, we got two more cards here. Notice how some of these are coming up in reverse. I just want to note that. Then we have the Nine of Cups here and the Nine. Ooh, we ended on nines here. Okay. So I'm just reading the cards because, again, I'm not familiar with her like that. So I'm just going to read the cards, and if what fits, let it fit. If it don't, let it fly. The Seven of Swords here, especially with it coming up in reverse, usually the Seven of Swords speak of deception, treachery, trickery, manipulation, stealing, what's another one? Thievery. It kind of speaks of that energy. It's like that really dark kind of energy when it comes to the Seven of Swords. But again, when I first seen this card flip out, it gave me, I'm trying to get the fuck out of Dodge. Then we have the Ace of Staffs. It's also coming up reverse. I do also have to note the Ace of Staffs is kind of like your phallic card. It could be a very phallic image. The Ace of Staffs also is the spark of new creation, the spark of creativity, the start of something new. But think about it in reverse. What would be the opposite of that? It's kind of like, oh, I feel drained. It's not the start of something. Or it's like a slow hurdle, like, a delayment. A delayment, is that even a word? A delayed gratification or satisfaction coming up here. A delayed project. Delayed passion. Think of that energy. Then we have the Nine of Cups. This is giving very independent. When I think of the Nine of Cups, it gives, the independent energy is very much, I want my wishes fulfilled, is, celebration and happiness. You can be with others or it could be for yourself. I think of like elation pretty much when I see the Nine of Cups. But then we have the Nine of Coins here. Again, when it comes up to the money with her, I'm noticing it's a little fickle here. I don't know if my girl has money issues or she in a bad contract or in a bad position, but we have the coins coming up here again, and it's the Nine of Coins in reverse. And usually to me, this is like feminine, this is like femalehood. This is, I want to be girl boss, but it's coming up in reverse. Like I look like a girl boss on the outside, but really on the inside, I'm struggling financially. I'm not financially independent, or there is some kind of delay in my financial satisfaction here with the Nine of Coins coming up in reverse. So it's kind of like, my bank account isn't matching up with, like, maybe her bank account isn't matching up with how well known she is, how many big projects she has done, with her experience or something like that. Or again, I'm caught up in a bad contract with the Nine of Coins coming up. Again, there is some kind of money situation she's going through. I don't know what it is, but here we go. Malika of Coins. This is the Queen of Coins. This is usually somebody who is very much about their coins, materialistic. They're also nurturing as well, but it's coming up in reverse. So this, to me, this is kind of like, you ever met a broke Capricorn or a broke Virgo or a Taurus who's not where they want to be in life? You know that energy? You know, when it's somebody who's very much their happiness, their every being is tied up in their finances, and they're not the best person when they're broke or things aren't going their way that they want in their career or in their life or whatever the case may be. This is giving that type of energy. Then we also have, here we go, more money, Three of Coins. But this time it's coming up in the upright. So maybe, again, in her energy reading that we did earlier, there does seem like there's some collaborative energy, somebody new possibly stepping in that she could be working with, that's kind of like helping her get things corrected and on the road for her. So that seems good. But then we have the Seven of Cups, and to me the Seven of Cups is, I'm struggling with what I really want to pour my energy into. Where do I go from here? What do I really want to accomplish? What do I want to achieve? What choice should I go with? Do I want the riches? Do I want the popularity? Do I want the role? Do I want to be home? It's, I'm struggling with the choice here on which way I want to go. So, that's interesting. This is coming up for her, like, energy dealing with Kim Soo. Is there a concern here on how she should be moving forward because of this? Because I wonder, is Queen of Tears like the biggest show she has done so far? Is there a concern of maybe, I don't know if this is going to ruin future opportunities for me if I do this? Will it ruin future opportunities if I don't say anything or do anything? I wonder if there's a concern there with that. I wonder if there's probably also some kind of contractual thing there, or if it's just a thing of just, you know, hey, it's just best to keep your head down and be quiet. You don't want to like kick dirt on somebody just because they're down. Like, I feel like even if there is something that she is aware of, I think she will keep quiet for the most part, because it's you know, it's just a lot of irons in the fire right now. She's like, you know, I need to be wise about how I proceed forward with this. So here we got the priest, perseverance and faith. Why is faith coming up a lot for her? Or I'm not gonna say it's coming up a lot, but it seems like that's kind of like bleeding through a little bit. Again, I don't know if she's religious, but yeah, it's kind of coming through for her. Why is my mic? Sorry, you all. So sorry. I'm trying to keep my mic from shaking so much as I'm like shuffling. Stubbornness and inflexibility. Is this him? Let me stop. I feel like I'm not going to know more about this until I pull the archetypes. No, we're not counting that. We're not counting that. Overthinking, taking action. Here we go. This coming up again. And this, again, is going back to the sentiment I expressed earlier, where it feels like she's like, which ways do I do? Like, a lot of my career is tied to him. It almost feels like the Queen of Tears, her attachment to this show that she recently did with him is kind of like her biggest payday. And, you know, she's done a lot of glowing up and stuff since she's been connected with him. But she's also kind of like, if there is something that was possibly wrong, should I throw dirt, or should I just sit back and be quiet? Or if there wasn't anything that she noticed where, you know, say he was nice to her, I also don't want to play a part in seeming like I'm tearing somebody down and just make things worse for me later on. It can make it hard for me down the road working with people. I don't know if she has said anything through all of this, but I would not be surprised if she's been very mute. Very mute. Very withdrawn. Then we have the guy, inheritance and correction. It's coming up again. That came up for her last time. So is her energy reading really tied to this whole scandal with him? And then we have the brawler, lack of empathy and confrontation. She doesn't like confrontation, huh? The cartographer, crossroads, exploration, again coming up in reverse. Note that we had the Three of Staffs in the last one, which is kind of like exploring, expanding, moving on, going outward. We also have the musician, inspiration, and gratitude coming up in reverse. Again, the question is, this is an energy reading on her and Kim Soo-Hyun's relationship here. I don't know why I was struggling with that. You know, the best comparison I have for the situation that she's in right now, it kind of feels like Blake Lively and Taylor Swift's relationship right now. You know, they're so closely intertwined. People really like them. You know, they didn't have this successful thing. People didn't built this relationship up probably bigger than it even really is. And real life in between them. And it's like, okay, well, now how do I move forward without with the minimum amount of damage being done, and without also ruining my career, like detangling myself from you, because we're so close, we're so roped in now. I would say she's kind of like in the same boat. Look, Liberator coming up in reverse. It states shadow attributes: imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. Why throw it in and go upright? Okay, I just need you to sit where you are. Okay. Ooh, advocate. We also have mentor, passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. What is it with like this student energy? Advocate, light attribute, inspires you to put your passion, your compassion into action. And what this was sticking off to the side, you also see the Fool is flipped over here. So I just looked down at my hand. We have teacher, ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. We also have the Fool, fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. Has she been like a behind the scenes support? Or has he been a big support to her? I really hope this isn't what I think it is, where it's kind of like, I don't care of whether or not the allegations or the rumors are true. You know, just allegedly. I don't care if it's true about Kim Soo-Hyun. I'm gonna stick it out with him because this has been very beneficial for me career wise. I hope that's not what this is. I hope I'm not, I'm misinterpreting that. I'm picking up on it wrong. Could be something else. But allegedly it's kind of leaning more so like I'm okay with being quiet, or putting my head down to get by, so until this storm is blown over, like I'm okay, because he has been such a beneficial part of my life right now. Like I can't go up against him, like, or I'm not gonna go up against him allegedly. Like I hope that's not what I'm picking up on, but I would say it feels very close to that, apparently, from what I'm picking up. Last three cards. Let's see what's coming up in the future for Miss Kim Ji-won. Okay, so we had a couple of cards fall out here to the side. Ooh, Five of Cups, Tower, Malika of Staffs, or Queen of Wands. And then we also have the Shah of Cups, which is the King of Cups here. That's interesting. Let's see if any of these are going to come back out. What's coming up here for you, girl? MG1. Here we go with that money again. Look, I don't know how many of you know about the Not Lauryn Hill's. Why am I blanking her on her last name? It is Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill's song Reciprocity. That came blaring through when I seen the Six of Coins. And then we also have the Alchemist Manipulation. Is there some strings being pulled behind the scenes? This doesn't feel very kosher, clean, above the table. It feels very Seven of Swords-y. Because again, when you have the Magician is coming up in reverse, it could be very much like manipulation. Things don't appear as quite as they seem. There is some manipulation at play, some machinations at play. You know, look at this hand and don't worry about what the left hand is doing. It gets that kind of energy when you see the Magician. The Six of Coins is usually, again, my reciprocity card here. But to me, it's more so, when it comes up in reverse, it's more so on the negative side. Like, hey, I didn't tell them where the bodies was buried. So what you gonna do for me? It reads more like bribe when I see the Six of Coins in reverse. Again, I'm just reading the cards. I'm just reading the energies. Don't throw tomatoes and chairs at me. I'm just reading what the cards are saying. You can interpret like that. And then we also have the Ace of Swords here coming up in reverse. Again, it's kind of nerve-wracking that we have two phallic like images here or cards here. You have the swords and the wands here. You got fire and air. This is dealing, usually the swords are dealing with like your mental, your application, your speech. Sometimes it can also deal with web, if you know about that. And then we also have the Ace of Staffs coming up in reverse. Again, that passion, that creativity, and it's coming up in reverse. To me, this kind of feels like my hands are tied behind my back. And again, the Shy of Cups is coming up underneath here in reverse on top of that. To me, that usually speaks of like some emotional manipulation kind of like thing going here. Ten of Cups? That don't make sense. You have... Or maybe it does. You want to be happy, right? You want to get to the other side of the rainbow? Do what I tell you. And then we have Five of Coins. Here we go with the financial worry. And this, usually the Five of Coins speaks of hard times. But with it coming up in the upright, she'll get through it. She'll get by. She'll get over it. But it's just kind of like, tighten up your belts. Things is going to be tight for a minute. You're going to lose a little bit of weight. You know, you might not eat food every night. It just seems like, things are going to be a little tight for you. And then she also have the Five of Staffs. There's some struggle going on here. Oh. And then look what else is going. Okay. This is why I love reading the bottom of the deck, because it gives you so much information. So then we also have the I see the it's not Temptation card. I'm blanking on it. Temperance. You have the Temperance card coming up here. Like, how you gonna balance things out, what you want to do, which way you're gonna go. Sometimes temperance can also be like, are you falling off the wagon on drinking card. And then here go that Three of Staffs coming up again. Which way are we gonna go forward? And then she still has the Hermit. Baby girl, come out the basement. Why are you being so quiet? Are they? Oh, that's bad. Let me hold on. Thank you for telling me that, Art. Why is... Now, YouTube know they playing me wrong. That's so messed up they did that. Oh my God. And I don't even know where the picture is. That's messed up. Thank you, Art. Oh, that's funny. Say, why is Zelensky and Trump on here? Sorry, guys. Not Trump. YouTube is messing with me. I did not mean to do that. It's no Kim Ji-won. I promise. Oh. Yeah. You guys, I just feel like her arms is tied behind her back. I personally wouldn't expect her to say anything. I know some people probably would like for her to step out and say something, but I don't see it. And I see her being very quiet and then just letting this blow over, like just ignoring it, like it's not even happening. Stop it. Why she look so manly? She's trying to hide out from the paparazzi and the netizens so they don't ask her questions when she step outside. That's why. Yeah, I say there's definitely some financial concern for her. I don't know. I wonder if it's tied to this whole Kim Soo-Hyun scandal that's going on. If she's worried, like, people are gonna like start tying her to him and bringing up tales and making up stories or saying she's complicit in it or complacent in it or whatever, she had a role to play in it. What if she's next? If she's gonna carry some kind of like, is she cursed now? Is she gonna be blackballed? If there's something here where she maybe again she knows something, but she's like, you know what, I'm not even gonna say nothing because I don't want to be, I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't. It's not gonna work in my favor either way if I say something or if I don't. Like, people gonna either say you just trying to save him because you trying to make sure you save your movie, or maybe he paid you off or blah blah blah. And if she speak out against them, they're gonna be like, oh, well, why didn't you say something before? You just riding on a bandwagon or whatever. They always try to blame you for something. Woman can't be right. So yes, don't laugh at that. I'm so embarrassed. Can't believe that was still up there. So yeah, it kind of just feels like she feels like her hands are tied behind her back, and it does feel like there's something here where it's like, again, watch what the right hand is doing and don't pay attention to the left. Look away. There's not a man behind the curtain like running things. It's just giving a lot of that energy. Yeah, this is what I'm getting. Maybe you all can help give me more insight on this, help hone in on something. I'm open to doing another reading because this just kind of felt like it was all over the place. I don't know exactly what I'm picking up on. Maybe some of you all who are big into K-drama, or you're over there in South Korea, maybe you understand it a bit more. Hopefully you do. Hopefully something here I'm picking up on makes sense and you can expand upon that. Let the class know, because I'm kind of lost. I don't know. So yeah, with that being said, I thank you all for watching. Again, make sure you give this a big thumbs up if you like this reading. Make sure to share this reading because, I've just been uploading when and how I want to. So help your girl fight the algorithm. Share this out. Make sure, again, if you're rewatching this and you're coming in now, subscribe and hit that notification bell because, as I just stated earlier, I'm just uploading on random. So you want to make sure you get those notifications so you can see the next time I do a reading. And with that being said, I wish you all a great night or day wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.